the proponent of the permit, and our good friend and ever-present Mr. Hogue is here in opposition, I would assume. If the two of you, it's safe to say, if the two of you gentlemen would identify any potential witnesses that you're going to have testify, if there's anybody you think might testify, go ahead and have them sworn in. Even if you don't call them, I would ask you to please try to keep it as brief, and the testimony needs to be on a non-repetitive basis, and including myself, I would ask all of you to please turn off your cell phones or put them on vibrate of some form. So if you guys would identify your witnesses, potential witnesses,
Brian, Clay, Donna.
please stand up as your name is called.
Paul. I am.
Tony, and I'm getting notes from this row here. I'm not going to use all of them, but I'll go ahead and have them sworn in so that I can.
Please do. All righty, if you'll stand up.
Chairman, I apologize. Everything was up and running until the minute you said let's start.
Oh,
And I have technology.
take your time, we're on it.
Well,
We can let her
What do you got,
go
no power?
down lunch.
no, I've got power. I'm afraid I need to shut down or reboot. I apologize.
No, that's all right.
The next slide here, can you tell us what this is?
These are the streets and highways that go in and out.
Okay. Now, specifically, we have Highway 63 here, which is also known as the bypass.
Future I-555.
Future I-555 is station where?
Takes you around the roll. It will go to Walnut Ridge or Washington.
I'm sorry, on to Memphis?
Yes.
Going south, okay. Now, Highway 63, Highway 49 here takes you where?
To Little Rock or like Careful.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my secretary cannot hear mine.
I'm sorry.
Can we move the
Yeah, just scoot up and speak into the mic.
Okay.
microphone down a little? She's looking this way.
Yeah,
talking,
just sort of
not
speak
seeing
toward it.
Maybe if we can move that down just a little bit. If you could just speak up, that'll solve everything. Thanks a lot.
Now, Donna, the area in question, Miss Irby, the area in question of Main Street Pizza is actually located in this area. Is that correct?
That's right. That's downtown Jonesboro area.
Okay. In the next slide, this is a list of the 13 applications which have been granted and are in operation in Craighead County at this time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Along with the business address and the dates in which those licenses were granted. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, is there one that is absent down here at 14?
Yes. Julio's has a private license that has been granted that, as I read in the paper yesterday, it's just been granted a 6-month extension. They have not completed information.
So we have 13 in Craighead County which are operating.
Yes.
And since 1982, there have only been 3 that have been granted. Is that correct?
That's correct.
The next slide, Ms. Irby, is a breakdown of those 13 licenses and where they are located. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Now, most specifically, right here where the yellow is, what area of town is that?
That's downtown Jonesboro.
And number 13, is that Piero's?
Yes, that would be Piero's.
Okay. And your business is how far down from Piero's?
1 block.
1 block. Okay. But these are the only two. Piero's is the only license which is currently operating in downtown Jonesboro. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Just very quickly, this is a photograph of.
Private club is the VFW on Airport Road.
Okay. And the Moose Lodge.
Airport Road also.
Okay. And Fraternal Order of Eagles.
I believe it's on Airport Road also.
Jonesboro Country Club.
Yes, Jonesboro Country Club. Is that Nettleton?
No. Yes.
On Nettleton, yes. And that is a private country club.
Ridge Point Country Club.
Yes, Ridge Point Country Club.
That actually on the map
Altitude 26 or something?
is number 6 if you're looking at your map.
Okay.
Which corresponds. The Mallard Club.
Yes, that's part of or in the Holiday Inn.
The Jubilation.
Yes, the Jubilation Club.
And on the map is that number 8.
Yes, number 8.
Okay. And then the 501 Club.
Yes, the just in close proximity.
And then we have Envision, which is located on the northwest.
Johnson Extended.
Sage Meadows Golf Course.
Yes, out on Highway 351. 351, I'm sorry.
I think you don't remember.
No.
Okay. Then the Elks Lodge,
Yes, that was one.
Washington Extended, and then of course Heroes Restaurant.
Yes, on Main.
Okay. Now, forgive me for how poorly this blew up, but again, is this a concentrated map of the area in which we are dealing with?
Yes.
Okay. Now, your restaurant is here on Main Street, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And the closest church actually is Blessed Sacrament Church.
Yes, it's a Catholic church. It's on Church Street.
Is that a few blocks south of you?
It is.
And are there any schools in this area?
No, I think Blessed Sacrament may have a K through 5.
Now, I ask you to look at the first overhead map of Jonesboro.
Okay.
What area of town is this, Zerby?
This is downtown Jonesboro. It shows the streets of basically Church, Main, and Union. And then we can see Matthews, Washington, Huntington, and then in the far background would be Kate Street.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is this commercial and industrial all in this area?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's all commercial. You don't see the first industrial until you see the glass factory, which is in the top
here.
left corner, yes.
Okay. Now, your restaurant in question is located approximately here, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And again, are there any homes or residences around this area?
No.
Okay. What is this?
I'm sorry, I considered this. Is that the police station, City Hall,
This is the police station?
Okay.
And then what would this be?
the fire and police station?
Okay.
Okay, it's like 2 blocks away, 3.
All right. And this is
Oh, this
St.
is
Bernard's
St.
Hospital.
Bernard's Regional Medical Center, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Why don't we go in a little bit closer?
That would help.
The next picture is a close-up. Now, again, your business is located approximately right here. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, when it comes to parking in your area, Ms. Irving, can you take the pointer and show the committee members where parking is in downtown Jonesboro?
Sure. There's a Central Plaza parking lot right there. That's right across the street from Piero's. There's also parking right here over on Church Street, which is Union Planners. I think it's been changed to Regions. Down past Main, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with this. I've done this before. Down past Main and just right around the corner from me is a Chat parking lot that's by Chef's Inn. And it will be, the city of Jonesboro, they're just about to recently redo that and pave it. If you go over to Union right there, that Stuck & Associates Architects through the Downtown Jonesboro Association has done a drawing that we're going to renovate that parking lot. Right over in the end, right there where Tommy is pointing, that's where one of our new fire stations is going to be. It's going to be rather small, but it's going to be a different type of fire station like those in New York or let's say Chicago, because it's going to go up 4 stories.
Okay. And if we go on the next slide, it's actually a little bit closer. Yeah. Now, again, just to give the committee frame of reference, Main Street Pizza is right here. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's the sign. All right. And you've told us that there is centralized parking right here.
Yes, Downtown Merchants and the Downtown Jonesboro Association has just renovated that parking lot. It's absolutely beautiful right now. And I failed to tell you about Sheffield's parking lot, which is right behind that red building right there.
Okay. And then the Chat parking lot you discussed is up in this area.
That's correct.
And then you had talked about Regions Bank. Their parking area is over in here. Is
Yes,
that correct?
that's on Church, one street behind.
How do you get the majority of your customers to come in?
Well, we can break it down between day and night. Most of my customers that come in during the day are business people. Downtown has, of course, St. Bernard's Regional Medical Center. We have all types of law offices, doctors' offices. So it is professionally made, professional people that come in during lunch. At night, it's somewhat more of a family atmosphere. Those some of those same people bring their families in, but it's a wide range of anywhere from 20s to 60s, I guess you could say, couples and families.
Let's talk about Main Street Pizza, if we can.
Okay.
Can you take us in Main Street Pizza? When did you become the owner?
August of 2004. I bought Main Street Pizza from Ted Perkins.
And have you been the owner since that time?
I have.
Okay. And are you the sole owner of Main Street Pizza?
I am.
And can you tell us a little bit about inside Main Street? Is this a photograph from the entranceway?
It is. This is from the entranceway at 220, which is the existing entrance to Main Street Pizza. Thank you. It's very eclectic. We have wood floors and wood ceilings. We have an open area where our cooks and our staff work, so you can see them actually preparing your pizza or your pasta dish, or whatever special we have running that week. We have track lighting, exposed HVAC, air and heat, and electrical outlets, and we have art on the wall. We display art from local artists around town that would be interested in selling or just displaying the art.
Right now, Donna, can anyone sit right here and eat and watch their food being prepared?
No, not right now. No.
You have tables and chairs, is that correct?
Yes, we have set table chairs.
Here. Again, is this from the back of the restaurant looking forward toward Main Street?
Yes, it is.
Again, you have some televisions, is that correct?
Yeah, we have 2 TVs mounted on the wall and one up front around the other side from the service area, because you would not be able to see a television from that view. It's closer to the front.
Now, do you understand the Main Street Pizza to be approximately 30 feet wide
Yes, it is.
and about 100 feet long, is that correct?
That's correct.
And then this area right here, what is this?
This is the back of the area. There's a small stage right there where we have music or poetry reading on Thursday nights right now. If you go up the stairs that way, that's really just my office / storage area and men and women's restroom.
Okay. Now,
This is the back of the establishment, right?
Yes.
Very back end. How wide is this building?
30 feet.
30 feet,
Yes.
and, I'm sorry, I missed it. I was
That's
looking
okay.
at the beautiful
150.
photos. 150 by 30, okay.
Now, Donna, what is this?
This is the proposed plan of how I'm going to expand Main Street Pizza.
Let's talk about that. Did you see the article in yesterday's Jonesboro Sun?
I did.
Did you read where the writer stated you wanted to build a repertory theater?
Yes, I did.
Is that correct?
No, sir, that is not correct at all.
Are you building a theater at all?
No, I'm not. I would like to continue to have music one night a week, like I do now. But a theater production would require a lot more room than I'm even proposing to have, and that's what the forum is for.
Donna, how come we're named Stage 1 Repertory Theater?
Well,
Where did that come from?
that is the name of the nonprofit. When I was looking for a nonprofit because of customers that would come in and they would say, they would express to me that they would like to be able to serve a mixed drink. I looked on the internet for a nonprofit that would tie in with the downtown revitalization, arts and culture, with, what already exists, with an art gallery, nice dining downtown, coffee houses. And when I found Stage 1 Repertory Theater, I actually knew the woman that was the president of it.
Who's that?
Her name's Diane Treese, and she was the secretary for my banker. And so I started talking to Diane in about December of 2004, and she had told me how she and her husband Ronnie and then David and Trudy Niederbrock had started Stage 1 Repertory Theater in 2000, and they just did so many plays in Jonesboro. It's amazing. I wish I had that much talent. But her husband had a heart attack. Trudy Niederbrock, who was the secretary, she unexpectedly died. And so membership dwindled, and of course the money dwindled, and so did the chance for them to, put on anything that had to do with the arts. So it seemed like a good fit to me for a nonprofit that would tie in with downtown and what we're trying to do with economic development.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, we will address stage one a little more thoroughly in a few moments.
That's fine.
It actually ties it all back in for you a little better. But with regard to Main Street Pizza right now, it's the restaurant that you own, is that correct?
Yes.
And that location is right here?
Yes, it is. That's
And that, what is the address?
It's 220 South Main.
Okay, and the application for stage one's permit is actually for 222 South Main?
Yes,
Is that
it is.
correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, can you tell the members of the board what your plans were with regard to expanding your business and why you do that?
Well, the reason why I am expanding over into the building that I bought next door is because at capacity, I can seat about 6 to 7 people. And at night sometimes, and if like on a music night, for example, on Thursday night, I'm turning people away some nights during the week. Music or not, I'm turning them away. So to double this, then that makes my restaurant be able to hold about 162. It'll add on 60 more people.
And did your architect design this for you?
Yes, Graham Reese is designed this.
All right. And if you will, let's take a few moments and let's discuss the features of your expansion. All right.
Sure.
Right now, you said this was the entranceway into Main Street Pizza, 222 South Main. Is that correct? 220 South Main.
Yes.
What
Yes.
is your intention to do with that entryway?
We will wall off that door, and the only entrance that can be used will be at 220 right there. So when you go in the new entrance at 220, you immediately hit a wall right there, and you'll have to make a right where there will be a hostess standing there if my license is issued with a POS system, ready to scan your membership and look at your picture that they've already taken.
If we can, let's talk about this in the sense of the license is granted.
Okay.
Now, do you have a membership book right now?
Not with me, but yes, I do.
Okay. And where will that membership book be located?
It'll be right there at the hostess station with the POS system.
All right. And when people come in, what is your intent for them to do as soon as they walk in the door as far as how they'd be greeted by the hostess? What would she do?
Well, the first thing they're going to do is she's going to ask them for their membership, and be a membership card which will have their picture on it. And she will scan that through the POS system. And also I want to require that they look at a driver's license also.
Now, you say POS system. Forgive my ignorance, but would you explain what POS system
I'm
is?
sorry, that's a point of sale system that does many things that will identify my memberships and also do many breakdowns into employee time cards, separate food from drinks, from liquor sales. It does everything. It's very nice system.
Now, once people are seated and if they want to order a drink, if the license is granted, tell the members of the board what your thoughts are with regard to additional security and that you make sure you're not selling to anyone that's not a member or not licensed.
Yes, if a family comes in and they have, for instance, 2 children that are under 21, they'll have a mark on their hand, first of all. And then after they're seated, when the host or hostess comes to them, they'll look at the driver's license one more time. Then after they order, there will be a place card or a holder that will put, let's say, out of the 4, a family of 4, 2 can drink, 2 cannot. On that place card holder, there will be a 2 written on a card. And that will alert the host or hostess once drinks are being served and they come back around. If there's more than 2 glasses on that table, that alerts me that something's up.
Okay. Now, do you have a bar in here?
No, I don't have a bar there.
Do you have a stage in here?
No, I don't have a stage there, and I will not allow smoking in here.
Do you have a dance floor in here?
No dance floor.
Okay. Now, what is this area right here if that's not a bar? What is that?
That's fountain area where we'll serve, we'll do our drinks and everything. Coke, tea, whatever when it comes in.
Where's your service bar? Just a service bar that you're going to operate out of. Obviously, if you can serve alcohol, somebody's got to pour it up somewhere and put it in a glass. That's it.
I have one there. I have a fountain area right
Okay,
there.
when you
also.
say fountain area, you and I are talking apples and oranges, I guess. Service bars, and for our definition, are not sit-down bars, but where your people go to actually mix or
Right.
pour
That
up
one,
a glass.
if granted, that will more likely be that area right there.
Okay.
Because behind it is my salad preparation area, but also it's a locker. It's a walk-in, dry, storage area where I can house beer and wine and keep it under lock and key.
Did you say you still have 5 minutes?
One night a week. I can move those tables right there, and that would give them plenty. If you'll notice the pictures back there, I have a very small area right now that when I have music or poetry, it's that kind of dark area right there that you see. That's all.
Now, what is this?
That's my office.
Okay. And now, what is this right here?
That's fire exit.
Is there an entryway there, or is it just a fire exit?
Just a fire exit.
Okay. And then what about back here?
That's a fire exit also.
Okay. These are.
Those are ADA accessible restrooms.
Okay. And now, what are you going to have right here? Because in the picture, you have tables right here. Are you going to continue to have tables?
Yes, I'm going to change it to banquettes, is what that will be right now. That's where the brick wall ran on the picture that you saw that I had the arc.
And now, the designer drew some little seats right here. What is this to be?
I thought it would be a great idea to have some seating right there. So if people wanted to actually see their pizza or pasta being made, that they could see it. Because especially, if there's a kid and it's a family, that's a fun thing.
Now, this is still kitchen and prep area, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
With your walk-in freezer?
Yes, it is.
All right. No drinks here, though, correct?
No. Ovens, that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about your menu, if we can.
Okay.
Actually, take that back. I want to go back. Let's talk about what can you tell this board with regard to service as far as instructing your employees? What happens if they make a mistake or service someone they're not supposed to? What is your policy?
That's under 21. They're subject to be fired.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They're subject to be fired. Yeah. The POS system, they'll have extensive training that they'll have to go through. They won't have a patent pencil, but I'm going to have them trained. We have an employee handbook, and it will be there will be some very strict rules that they will have to adhere to.
With regard to security right now, what type of, do you have a closed circuit camera inside and out?
Yes, we do. We have closed circuit TVs right now.
Are you going to continue to have those in both sections?
Oh, most definitely. Plus, we'll add on a burglar alarm system.
And why have you not added an alarm system at this point?
Well, because I knew because of my customer base that I was going to have to expand. So it was kind of like, let's just do it a little bit later, and then instead of having to spend the money to have it wired more, just put all things.
Okay. Now, you told us that there's no smoking. Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. Can you tell us a little bit about the training of your cooks and your chefs?
Well, I'm not a hero. My cooks aren't chefs. They haven't been to culinary art school. We do send them to Viking Cooking School in Memphis, and they've come back with some really cool dishes. But
That's a pretty cool place.
yeah, it has. One of my cooks wants a goat cheese tart. She said it was wonderful. She's asking if she could try it. But they have training and they have great imaginations, and they put out some excellent food.
Okay. Now, with regard to entertainment, Chairman Ellis asked you about that. Currently, right now, are you having live entertainment?
Yes, I am.
And what nights are they?
It's Thursday night, somewhat this summer. I've had people on Tuesday night and Thursday night, but in the fall, it will go back to one night, and it's currently Thursday night.
And how many hours do they perform?
They only perform from 7 to 9. They start at 7, they stop promptly at 9 o'clock.
Now, are we talking about huge rock bands that you bring in, or who is it that you have performing?
No, it's just local artists. I mean, sometimes Keith Vibrett, he's all by himself. He plays the guitar and sings, and that's it. I don't know that I've ever had any more than a 3 or 4 piece band. There's just simply not room.
Now, can you tell the members of the board a little bit about poetry reading and the screenwriters deal?
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, it's not always music. It's poetry reading. I've had people that come up and, art is very diverse in many ways. And after I had not owned Main Street very long, I came in one afternoon about 3 o'clock, and there was a group of about 8 people right near the stage, and one person on there, and he was playing the guitar. So I went up to my manager at that time and asked about it. He said, well, this is the Screenwriters Guild. Once a month they come in here and eat, and they have people that ask them to critique their song, or their poetry, or their reading, or whatever. And so that's what they do, and then they give them an honest opinion. I just thought that was a very neat thing, and I shared that with Tommy, and he thought that was something we needed to bring out to him.
So, you also told us that you allow local artists to display their art on your brick walls, is that correct?
I do.
Do you allow them to sell that?
Yes, I
And
do.
you take anything from it?
No.
Okay. And your hours of operation right now, what are they?
Right now, on Monday through Thursday, they're 11 to 2 and 5 to 9:30. On Friday, I'm sorry, till 9. And then on Friday, we extend the nighttime hours till 9:30, and then on Saturday we're open all day from 11 to 9:30, all day Saturday.
Now, if you are granted a permit, Ms. Irby, do you intend on changing the hours?
Yes, I do.
Okay. First of all, with regard to lunch, is it still going to stay 11 to 2?
Yes.
Okay. Do you intend to serve during lunch?
No,
All right.
no alcoholic beverages will be served during lunch.
Now, dinner time from 5 until, when do you intend to change the hours for dinner?
I'd like to extend the hours on Monday through Thursday from 5 till 10, and then on Friday and Saturday night from 5 till 12.
And again, with regard to entertainment, back to Mr. Ellis's question, I'm sorry.
Stop right there. On Saturday, you were open up to 11, but you're not going to open up to 4.
No, I'm sorry. On Saturday, I still would like to be open all day, but start at 11 a.m. and then be open until midnight. That's kind of our only all day that we don't close.
Alcohol,
During that time, on Saturday, lunch period.
Not until 5.
Well, let me ask you this, I mean, this is your business, but, I mean, you thought through the potential revenue loss, particularly on a Saturday noon, some people go out and eat and have a drink, I mean, you thought through that, and that's something you're choosing not to do, you don't think there's a profit center there, or?
There may be, Mr. Ronald. Right at this point, right now, I think on Saturday I'd like to leave it at 15.
Okay, you realize,
Change your mind, you gotta come back.
All over again.
No, not the whole, any event that you're, potential, that you are granted the permit, in the event that happens, we're going to adopt a series of things that you said and told us.
Right.
If you wanted to change your venue, change your entertainment, change your substantial hours of operation, you don't have to come back and make another big presentation. You have to write in and request that be done, and then the director either approves or disapproves that. Now, if he disapproves it, then you would have to come back down here and sit and talk with us to see whether we approved it or not. You wouldn't have to do this whole presentation again. So what Mr. Vignault is doing is just asking you to be thoughtful, save yourself a lot of time, but the permit's not granted yet. This is
Yes,
all
sir.
hypothetical,
Right.
and it may not be granted. So, we're just talking here,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
It's up to you.
Heads up, I appreciate it.
Now, Ms. Irby, did we discuss your hours of operation and when you would choose to serve?
Yes, we do.
You were asked, have you put some thought into this?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay. All right. Now, with regard to entertainment, again, you said that you still want to have it one night a week. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
And Friday night was the night that you chose?
Yes, I
Okay.
would like to change that to Friday night.
All right. Now, can someone just come in, if a license is granted, can they just come in and order a drink?
No, they have to order food too. They're not going to be able to just come in and order.
Okay. And with regard to the permit, are you just asking for a beer and wine permit?
Yes, I am.
Not a mixed drink permit?
No, I am not.
Okay. Now, if we can take a little closer look at the next slide, which this is your August menu, is that correct?
Yes, this is our current menu.
Okay. Now, tell the members of the board about what your lunch crowd is like. Who is it that comes in and eats at Main Street Pizza right now during lunch?
Mostly professional people that work downtown and around the surrounding areas. You know, doctors, lawyers, there's architectural firms down there. There's several banks. You know, it's mainly lunchtime crowd and then they're back to work.
And what type of food do you serve during lunch?
We serve this full menu that you see in front of you.
Okay, so we have, you can order appetizers, salads, specialty pizzas, specialty pastas, and sandwiches at lunch?
That's correct.
Okay. Can you also order the same thing at dinner?
Yes, you can. We have an insert, I'm not sure if it's in the pack or not, but each month there will be an insert, and for the whole week we will have a specialty item. It might be a Thai steak dinner with, you know, grilled asparagus, or Southwest roll-up, or, you know, we like to offer a variety and bring in many of the types of foods.
Tell you what, you have that T-Rex pizza for lunch, you better have some napping capability so that people can take a little nap before they go back to work.
But it's a very healthy pizza. Comes in water wheat crust. We put things on there, as you'll read, like feta cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, spinach, Asiago cheese. It's very delicious and comforting.
This is not your Pizza Inn or Pizza Hut by any means, is that correct?
I would like to say that that's a true statement.
Okay. Now, let's talk about stage one. You told us that you first started talking to the president of stage one back last fall, is that correct?
That's right, around Christmas.
And then when did you actually join stage one repertory theater?
In March of 2005.
Okay. Can you tell this board when stage one, which is a non-for-profit, is that correct?
That's correct.
When was it formed?
It was formed, I think they began in 2000, but I don't believe that it actually was formed until 2002.
You mean, they didn't read that?
They didn't get their 501c3 status.
Until 2002.
I believe so.
Okay. Can you tell the board some of the things that stage one has done for the community as far as what they have put on as far as from an entertainment standpoint?
Oh, they put on plays and theatrical, you know, productions. I have some of them.
If you would please, let them know what they've done and when the dates were.
September of 2000, they put on the gazebo. In February 2001, the second time around. This is all, I'll just list all of 2001. A Spring Bouquet of Love Songs, Faith County, A String of Pearls. 2002, I Ought to Be in Pictures, Thriller of the Year.
Hold it. Are you going to continue, I believe you said you weren't going to continue any of these theater activities. You're just going to own the not-for-profit, right?
If my license is granted through Stage 1 Repertory Theater, the liquor sales will give me a chance to put on these plays and help
I
fund
see, okay.
for copyrights or whatever at the forum.
All right, I got you.
In connection with the Foundation of Arts. So,
I'm sorry. In response to what the chairman asked you, the things that stage one was doing before, you continue to progress with that.
You're going to do that,
Where
but
are you
it's
gonna
a different
have it?
location.
yes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
okay.
other form. I think that's what you're saying.
As a matter of fact, Ms. Irby, has there been a physical address or location that stage one has put on these performances?
Yes, they put them on at a restaurant called Pot Liquors at the public library, at a high school. That's pretty much Artworks is pretty much where they put on their theatrical productions.
So it's not just been in one central location or one building.
No, it hasn't. It's just, you know, it has to be a place that has a lot of room, like the forum. That's what that was built for.
And you mentioned it, so let's go ahead and address it now.
Okay.
We've got the food coming from Main Street Pizza, is that correct?
That's correct.
And the liquor sales coming from Stage 1 Repertory Theater.
That's right.
Can you tell this board how you have that distinguished right now?
Sure. They will remain two separate entities through that same POS system that does the magic job of separating everything. And there's two separate bank accounts. The liquor sales will go into Stage 1 Repertory. The food sales will go into Main Street Pizza. And that's fairly easy how you do that. It will pay rent.
It being Stage 1 will pay rent.
Yes, Stage 1 will pay rent.
And the rest of the funds will be used for?
Upkeep of the building.
Okay. Now, we have a letter
Wait a
from,
minute, wait a minute. Let's go back over that one more time. The accounting, the computer, the POS, which I think a lot of restaurants use that, okay?
Yeah.
You are gonna run the liquor sales, the beer and wine sale,
Yes.
and it's gonna be credited with Main Street Pizza? No, with Stage 1.
Yes, sir.
And then the food sales are gonna be going through the Main Street Pizza.
Yes.
Now, where will the actual theater take place if you have it, which will be at the Forum, which is down the street?
That is where it, Stage 1 helps fund with the Foundation of Arts. It will be at the Forum. I don't have room for a theatrical
Right.
production at Main Street Pizza.
But now, you're not thinking you're gonna sell beer and wine at another location, are you?
No, sir, not at all.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is the beer and wine sales is gonna help supplement to pay for cultural plays, whatever.
Yes, sir.
okay, any other questions? One more time.
Yeah, they can separate it as long as you're not selling alcohol. In support of it.
Now, Ken, we have a letter here from the Chamber of Commerce, is that correct?
Yes, it is. It's signed by Henry Jones.
And Henry Jones is president of the Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And obviously the members of the board can read, but the Chamber hasn't taken a specific position with regard to your application, is that correct? But what are they encouraging?
The revitalization of downtown.
And along those lines, that after the letter from the Chamber of Commerce in your package, which we don't have in the slide presentation, you'll see two letters, one from Downtown Jonesboro Association and the Jonesboro Central Planning Association. Donna, let's talk about Downtown Jonesboro Association. Can you tell the members of the board about that association?
Sure, the Downtown Jonesboro Association is membership, and through its board, they help promote the revitalization of downtown. The board consists of professional people. Some are business owners that own a business downtown. I became a member of Downtown Jonesboro Association 2 years ago, and this past year they asked me to be on the board, and I'm currently serving as secretary. The Downtown Jonesboro Association makes its money through memberships, and we also put on several events downtown. We have had Jazz Night Out in the downtown, which was in April, where we had a jazz singer and walk around from store to store and shop. We've had a summer stroll in downtown Jonesboro where businesses stayed open till 8 o'clock that night. And in October of every year, we have a concert that we bring in, and it's called Rocking on the Ridge.
Now, what about the next letter from the Jonesboro Central Planning Association?
They're also a board of professional people that devote their time to the revitalization of downtown Jonesboro.
And have they adopted a resolution in favor and in support of your permit being granted?
Yes, they have.
Now, are you familiar with High Palmer?
Yes, I am.
Briefly, what is High Palmer?
High Palmer was an outside agency that the city of Jonesboro hired to have them come into Jonesboro and present their design of what it would take for the revitalization of downtown Jonesboro for economic development.
Now, specifically, Mr. Young will speak directly on High Palmer, but in general, the top 5 things that they recommended the city to do, what is number 5 here?
It is quality restaurants that serve alcoholic beverages.
And are you trying to fit in with the High Palmer presentation
Yes, sir.
and
I am.
recommendation?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, has downtown Jonesboro undergone a revitalization?
Yes, something that
currently in that phase.
it has and still is, yes.
Very quickly, if we will, let's go through some of the pictures. Now, what is this?
This is the forum that I was telling you about where they have performing arts such as theater and ballets.
Okay. And if stage one helps support a performance, would it most likely occur here
Yes, it would.
or somewhere else in the community, not at your restaurant?
Not at my restaurant.
Okay. And what are these two buildings?
This is the Center for Performing Arts there on the left. On the right is Art and Soul. It's on the Leslie Corbett. It's where children come in and paint ceramics and they have it fired and they have birthday parties and things like that.
You're going to rent out of the proceeds, the forum, you will rent that, what sort of rent do they charge for you using the air or something?
Well, from the notes that when I went through Stage 1 Repertory Theater, there is an old letter in there that it was about $2.75 an hour. I don't, that might have been in 2000, 2002, and so I don't exactly know. I haven't checked into it. But there's definitely a fee.
Oh, that's good.
And the forum is right here, is that correct?
Yes, it is. It's right around the corner, right across the street is Joe's Market, which is a new market that's coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's represented here?
This is the Central Plaza parking lot that Downtown Jonesboro Association members and friends, parties, interested parties, and merchants. We spent a week solid, pretty much day and night, making that a beautiful place.
Taking up the concrete and adding what?
We had lots of things, flowers and trees, and a waterfall with a pond with koi in it.
And now this is the Fowler Performing Arts Center at ASU, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
It's not located downtown,
No, it's on the campus of Arkansas State University.
but what does the Performing Arts Center allow for?
All types of performing arts, ballets, concerts, theater productions.
Sometimes yoga. This is a business located on South Church, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
In the downtown area?
Yes, it's owned by a county owner.
Okay. And is this one of the new businesses that's come into downtown Jonesboro
Yes.
since the revitalization?
Okay. So we need to change this date. Thank you.
Great. Okay. This is just a photograph of the 400 block, the 300 block of Jonesboro.
Right, it's the 300 block of Jonesboro. There's Great Shutter, Main Street Frames. There's Piero's right there.
Okay.
And Subway next door.
Okay. And now this is a photograph taken actually in front of Piero's, is that correct?
Yes, it's the other side of the street with Roman Touch, and next to it is Sheffield, which is a restaurant owned by Carrie Aquino, a friend of mine.
Okay. Your business is actually right down there. is
I'm
that
one
correct?
block down, yes.
And where's this?
That's a park across the street from the building.
Just right across the street. The forum would be right here?
Yes.
Okay. Just an open area? Sarah Howe Gallery?
Yes, it's an art gallery. That's inside Sarah House Art Gallery.
Okay. And how often does she have open houses?
She has about 4 a year when she displays new artists' work.
Mainly local artists?
Yes,
Okay. And art and frames?
yes. Frame shop.
Also downtown?
Yes, around the corner from Stricker Law Firm.
Okay.
Stricker Law.
Now, can you tell us what all the city has done with regard to revitalizing downtown when it comes to sidewalks?
They put in ADA accessible sidewalks and striped them. They have crosswalks with bright green crosswalking signs for pedestrians for cars to stop for pedestrians to go by. They've done, and still are doing, an amazing job. It's really lit up, lots of street lamps, flags, banners, etc.
Now, this is the Veterans Memorial in front of the courthouse, is that correct?
It is.
Now, the materials used are brick and concrete, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Will you find that those two materials a common theme throughout the revitalization of downtown Jonesboro?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay. Specifically with regard to the bricks, can you tell the members a little bit about the bricks?
Well, I know a lot about the bridge because actually I paid for one for my father. That's for veterans of foreign wars or that was in any type of war. You can buy a brick and they memorialize it.
Also see a green bench and trash can. You find those up and down.
Those are
Main
throughout
Street.
downtown Jonesboro, yes.
Now, with regard to sidewalks and crosswalks here,
Yes.
these are sidewalks you're talking about the city has undertaken and redone?
Yes.
The crosswalks?
That's
Now-
the crosswalks, yes.
Counselor,
Yes.
let me pull you up short here a little bit. We went through, this board has set through the thing on the arrows.
Yes, sir.
We're very familiar with the bricks and the sidewalks and the trash cans in downtown Jonesboro. I wouldn't want you to, I don't want to take anything away from your presentation, but if you might just kind of run through those and sort of sum them up fairly quickly.
Be glad.
I don't want to, just kind of, tell us,
Since you've
you're
heard all-
looking at Main Street, looking south or whatever. I think that would give us a pretty good idea.
Why don't we get to the 200 block?
Good idea.
Where Main Street Pizza is
If
located.
any of us nod off, go to sleep, Hester tapes us seeing any embarrasses, so we try not to nod off.
Now, this is Gearhead out here, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
How far down from your restaurant is that?
It's about 3 doors down from me. It's an upscale bicycle shop on by Ted Hargett that sells clothing and bicycles.
And actually, Mr. Herger, the one who started Main Street Pizza.
He is.
This is another picture of the 200 block, is that correct?
He's across the street from me.
Stricker Law Firm, newly refurbished building,
Yes,
Watlington Law Firm, businesses up and down.
all the way down.
Let's get to in question. Here's Main Street Pizza, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And next door is,
The powerhouse.
you realize that members of Powerhouse have objected to your license being granted.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
What's
the
the
buil-
powerhouse?
They are,
Well, they'll explain that in a minute. It's an event facility of some sort, so we'll get that from the opposition.
does your architecture still look the same?
No, it's a little different. We've had tuck pointing, we've had it repainted, and now we have a awning. Yeah, it's from building.
You have improved your building, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Quickly, with regard to Downtown Jonesboro Association United Way, they are located downtown also?
Yes, on Union, 1 street over.
Okay. And since the committee has heard the minutia of the argument of the improvement of downtown, at this point, I think Ms. Irby has answered the questions that I really wanted her to answer for the board, so I'll go ahead and pass the witness.
For the board, not the court.
The board.
Board. All right, anybody on the questions from members of the board regarding this testimony? Okay, Mr. Hogue, make a question of the witness.
How far are you from Heroes?
I'm a block. I'm on the 200 block and they're on 600.
Okay, Heroes is presently serving alcohol, is that right?
They do, yes.
Okay, so what we're gonna have, if you're 1 block away, is in this spec, is it on the same street? Heroes, on the same street as your
It's
place?
all on South Main.
Okay, and so within 2 blocks, your proposition is to have 2 places that are serving alcohol right here downtown?
That's correct.
Okay, and right now, do you have, just a broad question, do you have any traffic issues, parking issues with that right in front of them on that street?
Parking issues? No, I pointed out all the parking lots where customers can park and do park. I don't get any complaints of any customers.
Okay, and of course, I'm not asking about what complaints you get. What I'm asking about is, do you ever see traffic congestion on that street in front of your shop?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, and if I understand correctly, for people to park and come to your place, they're going to have to park sometimes a block away, sometimes a couple of blocks away, and different parking lots located around downtown.
Or they could park in a parking lot that's directly behind me in the alley and walk around the corner, which
Okay.
is less than a block.
Okay, so those are their options. Can they park in the alley back there?
No, not in the alley. I'm sorry. There's a parking lot behind that.
Okay, a parking lot behind the alley. And let's say hypothetically, is that the closest parking lot?
No, I would say actually the one would be just right around the corner on Kate, is the one that I said that the city of Jonesboro is about to pave its chat right now.
Okay.
It's across from a restaurant called Chef's Inn.
Okay. And let me show you a small diagram here. What I want you to do is sort of put yourself in this and get the board to the point where we need it to be. The Chef's Inn is right around here, is that right?
Let me find me, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is Main Street, so if this is Harris Furniture, then there's a parking lot that is chat right here, and then there would be Powerhouse and me. So, right around here, you turn right here and park.
Okay.
It's
So-
a very, very short walk.
Sure. Your place is about right here, is that right?
Okay, approximately.
If you want me to move it, I will. I want this accurate.
That's fine, that's fine.
So your place is about right there.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying is probably the closest parking lot would be either this one back here or this one right here, is that right?
Sure. Or right over here by Triple F N, if I'm correct. If this is Stricker Law Firm, there's another parking lot right there.
Okay.
Then Carol's would be right here, and a parking lot right there,
Right.
and then right there.
So we've got a parking lot here, we've got a parking lot over here, we've got one here. If I am in your facility eating pizza and having a pick a drink, okay, what kind of beer? Just pick a beer.
Heineken.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he said that awful quick, didn't he?
No problem with that.
So I'm there, it's about 11 o'clock at night, and I'm having a slice of spinach and chicken pizza. And
T-Rex.
T-Rex. I don't want to eat that way. I'm going with spinach and chicken pizza at 11 something at night.
Okay.
And now you're going to serve families and whoever wants to come in can come in, right?
If they have a membership.
Okay, if they have a membership, whether they have children or anything else, they can come in and do what they're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've got my kids even with me, and let's say 10 o'clock is their bedtime. If I leave, what I'm going to do is walk out. Is there going to be an exit out the back door?
No fire exit only.
Okay, fire exit only. So I'm going to walk with myself and my wife, or myself and our two kids, out the front door, and I'm either going to walk down this street and over here to this parking lot about a block away, or I'm going to walk around here into a back alley into the parking lot, or I'm going to walk down this street, across this street to the parking lot, right?
That's right.
Okay. What else would be going on at the time of 9, 10 o'clock on a Friday night?
Stores would be closed.
Okay. Would there be anything else going on at that time of night?
Not that I know of.
What about at 7 o'clock on Friday night or Saturday?
Some of the stores may be open. Maybe Chi-Chi's is still open, or maybe the coffee house is still open. I'm not really sure their hours.
Okay. What hours does Powerhouse or this youth center here function?
I'm sure they vary. I don't know how Powerhouse hours.
Okay. And do you know Powerhouse's function?
I know they have concerts and they have kids that come in and out occasionally. I really don't know the Bordens. Actually, today's the first Saturday.
Okay. And of course, I'm not asking you whether you know the Bordens. You're running a business right next to them, right?
Right.
And
We have very little contact with each other.
I understand. Are you there in the evening hours right now?
Yes, I am some. I'm not there 24/7, but I am there a lot.
Do you ever see the kids going from youth center to Powerhouse?
No.
Okay. And do you ever see kids over at the skate park?
I have seen people at the skate park, yes.
Okay. Where's the skate park?
Let's see, okay. I guess right here.
Okay. So, do you know anything about this youth center over here?
Not really.
Okay.
It's city youth.
Is the skate park? Tell the board what you do know about the skate park. When I say skate park, what am I talking about? Tell me about that.
It's a parking lot where a man in Jonesboro made some ramps,
Okay.
and there are some kids.
Skateboard park.
A skateboard park. And there's another one on Ray Street that the city spent about $60,000 on a new one that they skate there too.
Okay.
Okay, do they still skate at this park?
I've got to, I'm under oath. I don't know the kids out there. That's
Okay.
honestly, I've seen maybe one or two. I don't really look. Not often.
Okay, do you know anything about recent events at that skate park? Has that skate park ever been destroyed? Has anything happened with that skate park?
Yes, it has.
Tell me about that.
There was Chris Ball. He is my nephew, and he was charged for destroying the skate park. He did a wrong thing. He paid his debt and has done his community service work, and it's a done deal.
Okay, how did you destroy the skate park?
With a bobcat.
With a bobcat?
Yes.
Heavy machinery went out and destroyed the skate park?
Yes, it is.
Your nephew, is he involved at all in this nonprofit or Main Street Pizza? Does he have any connection with that?
He's my nephew. I am sole owner of Main Street Pizza. He is a licensed stockbroker, and he is my stockbroker.
Okay.
And he is my nephew.
How old is he?
He's 31, I believe. And we can
Why
go.
did he destroy, since we've opened this can, why did he destroy the skate park?
Okay, this is the reason why he did it. I'm building on Church Street. It's an apartment. It's an all-feeder home that I'm renovating, so I'm going to live down Church Street eventually. The skate park kids, there were some of them that were very much vandals. I can publicly witness, and I have friends, that when I was starting my renovations, they would throw beer bottles at my building, and if there was a loose brick, they would break it in the middle of the street. On a Sunday, I was at my apartment one day, and I saw, and called the police immediately, I saw some of these skate park kids. There was a car that had run out of gas, and it was in the skate park area, and they were throwing rocks and smashing every window they could. And I called the police and waited for 2 hours, and the police did not show up. So,
Well,
with Chris, it was an incident.
yeah, I think, that's probably, you're probably telling us more than we'll know. He obviously got
I
it.
know where this is going. I mean,
Yeah, I
the
did.
question
Yeah, I
is,
did.
I certainly
did.
object to this whole line of questions.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, it's just kind
You
of a
know.
funny story here because it got
So we
opened
got
up.
the Bobcat and
Let's,
came back.
he
The
obviously,
one ramp,
the counselor is totally correct, though. Is this young man not going to be involved in the running of your business?
No.
Okay,
he's-
that's all I want to know. Counselor, that's all I want to know.
I understand, is he a member?
Yes, he is a member.
Okay.
But he's not in the day-to-day running?
No,
Okay.
Is he a partner
Good enough.
in Main Street Pizza?
no.
Okay.
I'm
No?
a sole owner of Main
Okay.
Street Pizza.
Very
All
good.
right, got past that.
So we have the skate park over here, we have the youth center here, we have the powerhouse here. At this point, we have, well, you testified that you don't know much about the walking traffic and so forth that goes between these places. You would have to agree with me, though, that we don't have a situation here where people are going to park in the front parking lot of your establishment, go inside, have their drinks and their food, and walk just right back out to the front parking lot, get in their car and go home. They're going to have to park a block or so away, walk to the place, and walk back to their car, sometimes through alleys, sometimes down streets, right?
There's also parallel parking up and down all of Main Street, all
Right.
400 blocks. So, yeah, there's a possibility that they may parallel park, but there's also a possibility that they may park in the parking lot, which, in my opinion, sometimes I'll walk farther from Walmart.
Yeah, but was it in their back alley?
Well, back alleys, I've had city water and light, I can testify, they have changed all lights and all the alleys. It is lit up like a Christmas tree out there. I walk it
Okay.
every night.
Last time you were in that alley, did it have construction equipment in it? Loose wood, nails, things like that?
There has been occasion when it has, if they've done any renovations to
Okay.
those buildings. People are constantly, upkeeping the
Renovating
building.
downtown parking lot, or downtown Jonesboro.
Yeah, but not not necessarily that there's wood in the alley all the time. Right now, I can testify, I don't believe there's any wood in the alley right now, or any construction
All right.
materials.
We'll come back to that later.
Okay.
The next issue I have is, you said that you looked on the internet for a nonprofit. Tell the board how you exactly acquired the nonprofit.
Okay, I called Diamond Street.
Yeah, we've heard.
I'm gonna state the same
This
story.
application is looked at, it's
Yeah.
determined by staff attorney, it's a nonprofit corporation. This is what we need for a drug club application. How he got it.
That sort of shaded the question of the famous Jay Shell that worked in here for some time.
I'll move on. Yeah. You said that the Repertory Theater will pay rent. To whom for what?
He'll pay rent to DJC Investments, which is me.
Okay. So, and Main Street Pizza, or what's the name of that company?
DJC Investments.
DJC Investments. What does DJC Investments own or run?
It runs Main Street Pizza and Station.
Okay. Now, Stage 1 Repertory Theater, though, is a nonprofit. So you don't actually, that doesn't own Stage 1 Repertory Theater because it's a nonprofit, correct? Correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. When you say that the nonprofit is going to sell the drinks, and I have no issue with the idea of the nonprofit selling drinks, a good point of sale system to separate the nonprofit finances from the profit finances. Do you have any plans yet on how much rent the nonprofit is going to pay into the profit organization?
I would say that that has already been brought up as part of our application, and the lease was submitted. It is a part of our file. It's on record with the board.
And we have every right to get into it in the hearing.
For whatever the board thinks it might be worth. I mean, obviously, the law requires that you either own the building or you have a lease. Do you have a lease? You're gonna pay rent for it?
The problem, to explain the relevance of this, the problem is that one of the aspects of a nonprofit is that we don't have excessive payments, more than marketable, more than market usual, to the owners of the profit or the owners or the interest holders